Так, здорово, пацаны. У нас тут вот стрим нарисовался. Неочередной, как говорится. Будем смотреть презентацию игр, которые выйдут на консолях нового поколения.
Prepare for the ultimate test of Trials Endurance. Gigatrack releases
Эту
this
презентацию
Thursday,
не мог
July 16th for the
пропустить, потому что я
low
очень
price.
люблю компанию Ubisoft. Очень люблю игры, которые
You heard that right, riders.
как бы
Gigatrack will be
выходят.
available for free to all Trials Rising players when it releases this Thursday.
Напишите со звуком, все нормально.
You heard that right, the Giga track is coming to the game and it will be the longest, most insane track in Trials history and it will be free for all Trials Rising
Ну, вовремя
players.
это я пока
Now for our last
рано
game update,
зашел.
the Ghost Recon Breakpoint team is ready to share some details on their
Да,
upcoming
обновить
update.
страницу.
AI teammates are coming
Dark
to the game.
Ярик,
Let's
привет.
have a look at the trailer.
Дарк Ярик, здорово.
The time has come. AI teammates are back in Ghost Recon Breakpoint.
Ghost Recon
And
Breakpoint.
for all solo players, they're gonna be a game changer. Available at
Не знаю,
any
мне не
point
особо
after you have
нравится
reached
такая вот
Tier 1
игра.
for the first time.
Именно
Fury,
вот
Fix-It, and Vasily can be activated or dismissed
Том
at
Клэнси,
will.
Random
And
Six,
from the
вот эти
beginning,
все.
you will be able to fully customize them.
Так, что тут?
This customization includes all of the physical attributes, as well as gear, equipment, or even full costumes. Your teammates can be tweaked just as much as your main character.
Ubisoft Forward через
Just
7
like
минут,
Nomad,
пацаны.
your teammates will adapt and react to the world of Aroa and its environments, and they will always follow your own behavior.
Сейчас
If you
звук
decide
пока
to go
выключу.
stealth, they will equip
Ребят, меня
silencers and
нормально
crouch,
слышно?
or go prone when possible. But if you decide to go loud and open fire, they will stick by your side. When deployed, you can issue different orders to your
Звук
teammates
чуть-чуть
through the order wheel.
уберу.
There are 4 different orders you
что-то
can give to
мешает.
your teammates. You can tell them to regroup on your location, to hold their current position,
Так,
to
защитник
go
мне не
to a
нужен.
specific location, and to open fire on nearby enemies. These orders can be given at any time, even through your binoculars and drone. Once they approach
Блин,
potential
слишком
threats,
громко.
the teammates will notify you and mark
Так,
them
вот так, наверное, будет
automatically.
нормально, да?
With a good look at your enemies, you will be able to set up a sync shot where each of your teammates picks a target. You can
Видео
even
может быть
link it to your
задержкой.
3 sync shot drones for a
Тут вот
simultaneous
никто не
7-target
застрахован,
takedown.
ребят.
The teammates have weapons equipped at all times,
Так,
a versatile assault rifle to accommodate all situations, and a primary weapon that you will be able to
То есть
find
это
too.
просто очередной
Indeed, apart
как
from
бы
mark upgrades and
онлайн-игра,
passive bonuses, the
предыдущий
full
Random Six
gunsmith is
Siege
accessible to your teammates.
и
And their
прочее.
weapon of choice will have a direct effect on the
Я
battleground.
обновлю.
Depending on the type of weapon they have equipped, the teammates will adapt their engagement distance and rate of fire. From close distance shotgun wielding, all the way to long distance sniper shots. Of course, if you get
Кто
taken
смотрит,
down,
тот вообще
your
топчик.
teammates' priority will be to try and rescue you. To achieve that, they will first focus their fire on the surrounding enemies before getting to you. And they will expect the same from you, especially as you will be able to carry them to safety if the situation requires it. Finally, the teammates will also be your best allies in any vehicle, especially on the road and during high-stake
Мне
pursuits.
самому просто
The
интересно, какие
teammates
игры
will be
там
available
представят,
for
но я
all
думаю,
solo Ghost
скорее
Recon
всего,
Breakpoint
Far Cry
players
6,
on July 15th. And we
Watch Dogs
cannot wait
Legion,
to see your
может, еще
reactions.
что-нибудь, не знаю.
We'll see you on the battlefield, Ghosts.
Так, опа, что-то мне слишком большой сделал этот. Слишком большой сделал. Приближение.
Hey Ghosts, I'm Grace from the Ghost Recon team. As you've just seen, the AI teammates are finally landing in Ghost Recon Breakpoint with our next major update on July 15th. Alongside the AI teammates, this update comes with a ton of new content, including a gunsmith upgrade, new PvP content, quality of life updates, and more. You will be able to try it all during our next free weekend from July 16th to July 20th. But that's not all. We've got one last thing to show you. Enjoy, and we'll see you on Aroa, Ghosts.
To anyone listening, this is Haruhi Ito speaking for the outcasts.
Что, Breakpoint, что ли, еще?
We stand against Sentinel's illegal occupation of Aroa. We call on all of Aroa to join us.
Пока никого нет.
Separate
Ну ладно.
Sentinel
Я
wins.
без подписчиков
But united,
стрим.
we cannot be defeated.
Так, стрим идет. Все отлично. Хорошо. Resistance, Ghost Recon, Breakpoint. Ну да, очередной
And
шутер.
now our very final video for this pre-show is another episode of our wow moments comparing the craziest and coolest clips from you, our players.
2 минуты, ребят. И начнется самая главная презентация этого лета, ну кроме E3. Потому что E3 не было. Дарк Ярик, ты меня смотришь? Спасибо тебе, если это ты. Напиши в чатике, что это ты. Я просто буду смотреть с телефона. В чате отвечает просто. Когда у меня вообще туда этот перегрузится нахрен. ОБС. А так хотя бы хоть что-то видно. Не знаю, жду Far Cry 6, Watch Dogs Legion и... Ну какие-нибудь тоже еще прикольные игры уже. Может за Division. Не знаю. Может за Crew 3. Хрен знает. Жду геймплея Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So there's a line that people want me to yell, but I can't usually do it because I'll freak out my neighbours. But as you can see, I'm at the Crash in Ocean Beach, and there's no one too close.
Сейчас смотрят 50 тысяч человек презентацию Ubisoft Forward.
Someone told me I gotta go.
Блин, если будут какие-то еще презентации в июле месяце, то я их обязательно проведу. 58 секунд, парни. О, Guitar Hero, что ли? Один момент. Сам битый клип. Клипы какие-то. Не знаю. Желаю всем хорошего стрима, хорошей презентации. Надеюсь, они нас порадуют в этом году.
Alright guys, it is time for us to wrap up this pre-show.
Don't forget to stay tuned for our post-show featuring a deep dive into the world of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Thanks a lot for watching this pre-show and enjoy Ubisoft Forward.
Тоже классно. Все. Ребят, презентация начинается. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 18+. Наверное, трейлер Far Cry 6.
This is Ubisoft Forward. Explore our worlds.
Meet the devs. See the games.
Join us.
Hi everyone, I'm Neelam Kumar and I'm very excited to be co-hosting the first Ubisoft Forward with the talented Yusuf Mageed. Today's show is all about getting up close and in-depth with all the exciting games we have in production here at Ubisoft.
I'm Yusuf, but there's no time to waste. So let's head straight for the streets of futuristic London and see what the hackers of DedSec are getting into.
Watch Dogs Legion.
The illegal paintings
Да.
spreading subversive and hostile messaging
Скорее
over the
всего, да,
last few
Legion.
weeks across London are not the work of several people as was originally believed, but the work of an individual.
Либо геймплейный ролик, либо трейлер.
To have links with the Authorities recommend not to approach the individual.
Добро пожаловать в Лондон.
First, they came for the foreigners, and I did not speak out because I was not a foreigner. Then they came for the protesters, and I did not speak out.
Там была отсылка на Assassin's Creed, знак был похожий.
Then they came for the journalists, and I did not speak out because I was not a journalist.
Отлично, хоть кто-то смотрит мой стрим. Спасибо большое.
And then they came for street artists, but I did not speak out because I am not a street artist.
Да, очередная игра про хакеров, как говорят, беспредел.
For me, and there would be no one left to speak for me.
Походу сейчас все стримеры начали смотреть Ubisoft Forward. Ну, я тоже посмотрел. Это моя первая презентация, которую я начал смотреть вообще с Ютуба. Я раньше никакие презентации, ни E3, ни какие-то другие не смотрел вообще через YouTube в онлайне. Но теперь гляну, что потом будет. London is capital Great Britain, да?
Well. Welcome to the Resistance. Here's a welcome gift for our new members.
But the disappearance of the criminal...
You could have told me it was a bloody costume party.
Try it on.
The new key suspect has been identified as David.
Прикольно, 23 июля будет презентация игр для Xbox Series X. Тоже надо глянуть.
But is currently believed to be a terrorist. People have been asked not to approach.
23 июля я обязательно это посмотрю.
I'm Clint Hawking.
Clint has been a longtime creative force here at Ubisoft, and now he's bringing this vision to Watch Dogs Legion.
So yeah, what we just saw was an amazing short film by the director Alberto Mielgo that was inspired by Watch Dogs Legion and looks at the game and the universe and the characters through his incredible artistic vision and visual style.
The city needs a resistance.
Like the film, Watch Dogs Legion tells the story of ordinary heroes setting aside their differences in order to come together as a collective and to fight for a positive change. You can literally recruit and play anyone who you see in the open world. Profile people that are interesting to you, help them with their problem, you play their origin mission.
Just help me get some closure and I'll do whatever.
Sounds like a DedSec problem. Leave it to us.
And that's how you recruit them into your team, and then they become the heroes of the game and the stars of your story.
And what are you doing in my flat? You with Albion?
Кто впервые на моем стриме, подпишитесь на канал.
You with Albion?
I'm tickled, but think more underground.
What, DedSec? Yeah, right, and I'm Che Guevara. You're done.
And they make the story not only, unique to them, but unique to you as the player and personal to you because they're, heroes that you've chosen and invested in. What would I say to fans? I guess I'd say, take care of yourselves, stay safe. Welcome to the Resistance.
Ah, London town. A modern metropolis. Built on history and prosperity. Only took 12,000 years to build it up, and one night to tear it all down.
Oh my God. Listen up. Get all your units to move in and lock down the city.
Я думаю, игра будет крутой, когда выйдет.
With London under attack by a mysterious terrorist, the government turns to a private military company called Albion to keep everyone safe. What could possibly go wrong? Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Nigel Cass, CEO of Albion.
Типа один из играбельных персонажей, что ли? Или враг? Не знаю, я в Watch Dogs не играл, ни в какой, ни в первый, ни во второй. Может быть, если он появится, мне копия данной игры, я поиграю за это, посмотрю, что он из себя представляет.
Nigel's not the only opportunist who's taken a liking to this fair city. Meet Mary Kelly, head of the most powerful crime syndicate in London.
Это играбельные персонажи.
She and her goons are using the dark web to sell everything, from party pills to people.
This microchip is scary, I know, but I got to keep tracks on my merchandise, don't I? You made me a slave.
You do not want to ruffle her feathers. With the city out on its arse, it now falls on you to build a resistance and take back London.
All right, everyone. Faces on, guns out.
Any of the brave Londoners you see walking the streets can be recruited into your team. Like him. Her. Or even her. Everyone could become your next secret weapon. In our first mission, we need to get some dirt on Nigel Cass, and that means breaking into Albion headquarters inside the Tower of London. All the hardy souls you see here are people we have recruited from the streets of London. They all have unique abilities, and you're free to tackle this mission with whoever you like.
Dear God, my eyes. Badly. Zip up, get to work, and let's never talk about this again.
Like everyone in DedSec, Arthur can hack pretty much whatever. But as a construction worker, he has a particular set of tools that make him handy. He can even call his own cargo drone. Perfect for gate crashing when you're not invited.
Нормально так сел, полетал чуть-чуть.
When you have a bloody nail gun.
Come here, you soidoid shithorn.
Jesus Christ, what is that thing?
Perhaps we could approach this mission differently. If you'd rather keep your distance, we've got you covered. Amy is a drone expert.
What have we here?
A real tech connoisseur.
Но он, скорее всего, на скрытности работает.
What an adorable creepy crawler.
Here we are. Let's class the place up.
A drone expert does have the unique ability to summon their own drone. This little darling is fast and stealthy.
She aimed, she fired, she hit.
I'm reading incoming drones.
She can also hack enemy drones, turning the tide in her favor. And if you are not into direct confrontation, there are more ways than one to get the job done. Recruiting an Albion officer like Brielle here might be challenging, but it'll get you inside restricted Albion areas.
Don't mind me, just doing recon for a bunch of insurgents.
However, do anything suspicious and she'll probably wind up with a bullet in the back of her head.
Да ладно, нормальная презентация, пацаны, чё вы? И все, потому что, наверное, либо ждут Far Cry 6, либо что-то другое. Я жду все, что тут выйдет.
Criminals running our streets. Illegals threatening our families. The police commissioner himself. Assassinated by terrorists.
Well, that seems to be enough evidence. Next up, we're crashing Mary Kelly's organ farming operation and putting a stop to it.
That's good. The buyers expect high quality stuff.
And we need a hard nut for this.
Impairing our frontal lobe again, are we?
Bags, don't disturb me in my natural habitat.
Say hello to Mick. The man lives for his team.
That put another hair on my chest.
Правда, не мой.
And doesn't mind getting his hands dirty.
К сожалению. Обновлюсь.
He does have a slight drinking problem, though. And he's passed out. We'll come back to him. You know what? Let's go with someone a bit more professional.
Душитель.
It's almost crass to call him a hitman.
Человек ушла. Почему-то.
Some might even call him
2000
an
дизлайков и
artist.
3000. 3,5.
Here's the bastard responsible. Done and dusted.
Not bad if I do say so, innit?
Not everyone in London is a legendary assassin or a super spy, but everyone can be a hero. So get out there, find the best recruits, and build your resistance.
Столько много дизлайков под этой трансляцией. Watch Dogs Legion. Нормально. 29 октября 2020 года. Ну, осенью выйдет.
Plunging the player into a living, breathing city, teeming with unique locales and characters, has always been a central pillar of the Watch Dogs series.
So what goes into building those worlds? Here's Amanda Munt to tell us more.
My name's Amanda Munt. I'm a level artist on Watch Dogs Legion at Ubisoft Toronto. Being a level artist, I think, is the coolest job in video games because we do get the freedom to kind of like pick and choose what little details we want to depict, and we get ample opportunities to tell the stories that we want to tell in the space. I have the capacity to hide things and, you know, like small little Easter eggs. In AC Unity, there was a boat somewhere in the world that was covered in cats.
То есть она делала еще уровни для ассасинов.
And then it happened again in Watch Dogs 2, and there may or may not be something in London that is a boat filled with cats in some capacity. So. I was fortunate enough to go to E3 last year. Some of the people that I was showing our demo to were from London, so no matter where I dropped them in the city, they'd go, "Oh my God, this feels like Camden. This, you know, this feels like Suffolk. This feels like Westminster." When people are talking about some detail that I've put into the world and they're excited about it, like, that feels so good as somebody who, you know, builds these worlds with care. I love it.
And now some news for Brawlhalla fans. In just a few weeks, you'll be able to battle it out with your favorite legends on iOS and Android devices.
Так, что у нас там дальше? Бравлхала.
3, 2, 1, brawl!
Бравлер. Первый раз вижу такую игру, не знаю, что за игра. Без понятия. Valhalla в августе. Много очень дизлайков под этим роликом.
Whether you need a Tom Clancy action fix on the go or want to dive back into one of the most beloved fantasy franchises in gaming, we've got you covered.
Far Cry, давайте Far Cry, покажите Far Cry. Я думаю, Far Cry в конце покажут. Сейчас. 100 бит. Магика какой-то. Опять какая-то онлайн игра.
Target is being held on the ground floor.
Это Elite Squad. Элитный отряд. Дизлайки набираются больше, чем лайки под этим роликом, под этой трансляцией. Там пацан какой-то пишет: я извиняюсь, но меня с юплея выкинул. Причем тут юплей, если ты можешь просто в ютубе включить трансляцию, как я, и все, и смотреть спокойно. О, отсылка Splinter Cell. 58 тысяч человек смотрит. 58,000.
Don't make me regret this.
Том Клэнси Elite Squad. Том Клэнси.
Speaking of Tom Clancy, it's been 5 years since Rainbow Six Siege first launched, and the community has never been stronger. In celebration of this milestone, Ubisoft Montreal has put together a special video to thank all of the amazing players and developers that have helped Siege become the game it is today.
In December 2015, a small team released Rainbow Six Siege. A game built on a strong vision, creativity, competitiveness, and team play.
Pour le joueur, le 1er décembre, c'est un début.
Не знаю, я не играл в эти игры.
Il faut tout de suite s'engager et dire aux joueurs, ce jeu est installé, tu peux t'y installer aussi, et nous serons là.
That original vision was quickly adopted by our passionate community, propelling it to a whole new level.
Ребят, кто сейчас сидит, поставьте лайк под видео. Под моим стримом.
This is such a special moment, and being at 1 year anniversary of Rainbow Six now, game being stronger than ever, more players today than we had in the past, it means the world to us.
But we also had our share of challenges.
Health that touches upon subjects like matchmaking, connectivity, all those aspects are absolutely critical to the experience of the player.
Through it all, we're always driven by you, our community, and together, we grow stronger.
There is no sequel plan, and we're here for the next 10 years, so expect more Rainbow Six in your life for quite some time.
Фига там смех, блин.
tous les succès, c'est vraiment le résultat de autant de nous que de vous. Ce jeu, il est autant le vôtre qu'il est le nôtre, nous, l'équipe de développement.
Now 60 million players strong, we're just getting started. From the devs that build the game to the community that plays it, thank you.
Типа они благодарят эту команду за то, что они сделали такую игру. Rainbow Six Siege.
If you haven't tried it yet, dive into our new Operation Steel Wave update available now and take Ace and Malusi out for a spin.
A few days ago, we introduced y'all to a brand new multiplayer shooter. Now, it's time to venture into the hyperscape.
Опа, а что-то интересное. Hyperscape. Прикольно выглядит. Почти 60 тысяч человек смотрят.
What was that? A hack in the hyperscape. That's not supposed to be there. Let me get you all up to speed, okay? About 30 years ago, everything that we feared about our future started to come true. We made some good decisions.
Типа как на Watch Dogs или что-то
We made
такое.
some bad decisions.
Похоже.
Actually, we made a lot of bad decisions. So, here we are.
254. Значит, нам еще 34 года до этого.
Living in the crush of the megacities.
Ребят.
But the people at Prisma changed everything.
Бутылка стреляет.
They gave everyone a way out. The hyperscape. In the hyperscape, the biggest draw by far is
3000
Crown Rush.
дизлайков.
This is where anyone
Почти
can become
4000
someone.
лайков. Значит, не все ожидали чего-то больше от этой презентации, а в итоге не получили то, что хотели. Не знаю, я доволен пока презентацией. Ничего не сделаешь, что они такие игры делают.
If you get good at Crown Rush, it can change your life. But strange things have been happening lately.
Нам будет, я думаю, длиться где-нибудь, может, 2 часа. Не знаю.
Users disappearing from the real world. A darker
10
secret
лайков под
lies
видео
at
под
the
моим.
heart of hyperscape.
Фига.
And we have to find it.
Разошлись, ребят.
Some of us are
спасибо
searching
вам.
for a way up. Some of us for a way out. And for others, a new way altogether. That's what brings us to the edge of the future. To the hyperscape.
Hyperscape.
I'm JC, Creative Director on Hyperscape.
JC's work on Far Cry Primal and multiple Prince of Persia titles has established him as a top creative here at Ubisoft.
Ну, что, нормальный мужик, над Far Cry Primal поработал. Я, кстати, игру прошел. Ну, правда, не для вас. У меня тогда канала не было. Я прошел ее без этого. Мне, кстати, игра зашла, вот древний мир, вот это, кстати, топовая игра, как-никак. Принц-Персии я вот на второй половине играл. Пески времени вроде назывался, или Два трона, я не помню, как называлось, но точно какой-то Принц-Персии играл.
Then we also introduce a lot of new things. You get the opportunity to do parkour on the rooftops, to go into interiors where it's much more narrow, much more stressful. You get to go to the landmarks where there's more opportunities to get cool items, but also more players, so it's a risk-reward kind of deal. We introduce the notion of hacks, special abilities that you can pick up on the fly to adapt your tactics. With hacks, you can do things like teleport yourself, you can wrap yourself into a ball and bounce around the battlefield. So a lot of abilities that let you have fun and
Короче, они еще
that you can
создали
play with.
какую-то игру, которая крышу нам снесет, когда выйдем.
And finally, it's made as a spectacle, so all the viewers will be able to interact with the game on different levels through the Twitch extension. So every few minutes, there's going to be a vote, and viewers will be able to decide what effect they want to affect the whole battle. So things like changing the gravity, infinite ammo, or stuff like that. So players, while this happens, really have to adapt to all kinds of stuff that is happening. So for me, it's really exciting because right now, as we speak, we are launching the open beta, and so it's going to be available for free-to-play for all PC players worldwide. And I really want to thank all the players, all the streamers, and all the viewers who participated in tech test and who will participate in the open beta. Here's a short list of what you can expect.
Люди, что с вами не так? Он представляет новые игры, которые вы можете поиграть потом. Вы так себе... А вы недовольны этим. Чем больше игр, тем больше контента. Чем больше контента, тем больше денег. Чем больше денег, тем лучше. Но я думаю, Far Cry 6 завершит эту презентацию. Почему-то мне так кажется. Хотя я не знаю. Они могут и потом ее либо сейчас представить, либо когда-нибудь в конце презентации, либо когда-то еще, не знаю. Тут уже нет. 37 минут.
Here we go. この調子。
Открытая бета.
The digital world of the Hyperscape gave our artists and developers incredible freedom when it came to designing characters.
Production manager Ana Maria Musca is going to take us behind the scenes of character design.
My name is Ana Maria Musca. I'm the production manager for characters and weapons on Hyperscape. We have paid an exceptional amount of detail to our characters. We switch different outfits, different fashion statements, different tattoos, different materials until we see them as real individuals, as real people. So the second you pick a character, you see them in game, you understand what their motivations are and what drives them and what challenges them. This was the first lineup of characters. This is our default base, but even starting from the hair down, everything has been meticulously thought of. Would this person actually like this type of outfit? Would this person enjoy the type of tattoos that we're putting on them? Will they actually like to be in this body? Each season, we plan to produce new outfits for these characters. So we're hoping some of our players are gonna see the effort and maybe even correlate some of the accessories to what's gonna happen in the game. We're very excited to see it in people's hands.
Да, ребята, вас задержат.
As we move into the next generation of gaming, Ubisoft has been working closely with console makers to take advantage of all the extraordinary capabilities these new consoles will offer.
Now we have a special guest to tell us a little more.
Hey everyone, Phil Spencer from Xbox.
Phil Spencer, хера себе.
With Watch Dogs Legion, Ubisoft is supporting smart delivery. So you will get the absolute best version of the game on any version of Xbox you're playing on. On Series X, you'll get to take advantage of the amazing work the team has done with DirectX ray tracing to create an absolutely immersive version of London like you've never seen before. Ubisoft has a unique ability to create immersive worlds, setting a new bar that continues to drive our industry forward. I'm a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I love the time I've spent exploring the world in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. And I can't wait for you to see the gameplay from Assassin's Creed Valhalla that's coming up now.
All right, we know you've been waiting to hear more about this game since it was announced back in April. And now it's time for a deep dive into the world of Vikings.
Oh, Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
My name is Julien Laferrière and I'm the producer of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So a couple of weeks ago, we announced Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and the reaction from the fans was just amazing.
Ну да, кстати, мне нравится стилистика викингов, потому что я смотрел сериал «Викинги». Реально топовый сериал.
We found that, you know, they were not mindless barbarians.
Ассасины, я думаю, будет не хуже.
Vikings were actually farmers trying to find new lands for them to settle. And so they had really human motivations. So for us to have this opportunity to tell kind of the real story about Vikings and kind of separate ourselves from the myths and the folklore is really something that drove us to make this game. The team went to Norway and England to take the same roads that the Vikings did,
Короче,
to really experience what it meant to be a Viking at that time. And then leaving Norway, which is barren but majestic, and just coming by boat in England and see those rolling green hills full of sheep, full of life.
Чисто все прочувствовали сами, чтобы сделать такую классную игру, как Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Vikings felt as well. You need to see this land of opportunity, and this is exactly the feeling we want players to experience in this game. It is a personal adventure, you know. It is the story of Eivor, a Viking chieftain. Eivor is either a male or a female. You decide when you start the game. They will have to leave Norway to settle in England because
кстати, в Ассасинах, вот в последних играх, я не знаю, какие там истоки, Одиссея, считай, Вальхалла, там можно было сменить пол персонажа. То есть мы могли играть за бабу или мы могли играть за мужика. Но в предыдущих частях такого не было. Это, считай, новшество.
Build your own settlement and see your clan prosper. Vikings were brutal warriors. Shields! And the fact that they were mastering a lot of weapons coming from the medieval times really inspired us to kind of revamp the fight system, to leverage the brutality and the intensity of Viking combat.
Нахрена вы входите в юплей? Я вот этого не понимаю. Если можно на ютубе спокойно включить. Дебилы, блин. Честное слово, ребят.
To win the battle. So we want to portray the full range of combat that you can imagine coming from the Vikings.
Он взял YouTube канал, включил, ввел Ubisoft Forward 2020 трансляция. И смотришь спокойно. Нет, блин, ну херню придумали, блин, через Uplay входить. Он дебил, честно, дебил, ребят. Опа. А вот и геймплей, или еще один трейлер.
In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, you will relive the epic saga of the Viking invasion of England.
Вот выглядит игра реально топовая. По своей графике, по своей стилистике.
His or her battle-hardened warriors across the North Sea to the British Isles. Eivor is driven by an ambitious goal to build a thriving Norse settlement in a hostile land.
For the good of our clan, it is time we go a Viking. Today we raid.
Я не помню, как называются вот эти корабли. Как я не помню. Не байдарка, как-то я не помню, как называется. Я в сериале смотрел тогда, не помню, как они называли это. Ну а что, прикольно выглядит, ребят, согласитесь. Плюсик в чат, если согласны. Так, ну если показали уже Ассасина, значит скоро Far Cry. Покажут, наверное, либо трейлер, либо просто анонсируют. Что играл в следующем году только.
Whatever riches and resources you pillage may be used to develop your settlement, giving you access to useful services, better tools, and new settlers.
Не знаю, мне игра понравилась. Если она выйдет, то я обязательно куплю.
Будет очень топово, мне понравилось. The Viking Age was a time of warriors and legends. In Valhalla, you will find the largest variety of enemies ever assembled in an Assassin's Creed game. Every archetype offers a unique challenge. Some will coordinate with their allies for special attacks, while others will use nearby objects to their advantage, including the bodies of fallen warriors. To face these attacks, you must find and exploit your opponent's weaknesses to gain the upper hand. Take the fight to your foes with a host of brutal new combat abilities. Snare them with a Viking harpoon. Pummel them with throwing axes. Incapacitate them with the new stun system to keep them at a distance. Or finish them off. Dual wield any two weapons you wish to unleash a deadly combination of attacks. Customize your fighting style as you see fit and become a legendary Viking warrior. All combinations of weapons are available to dual wield, including 2 shields.
Почти час, да, 45 минут.
Not all situations call for violence. In this new land, a Viking must find a way to adapt. As Eivor is not welcome in England, you may need to outsmart your enemies, avoiding unwanted attention in towns and bustling cities. Use Eivor's hood and cloak to blend with crowds, and slip past watchful eyes, an unseen hunter among the people. From capital cities and villages to the dense forests and rolling hills of England, exploration is vital to keeping yourself sharp. You must feed off the land if you hope to endure. Hunt and forage to replenish your health and fortify your equipment.
Я думаю, это next gen, это что-то новое. Такого не было в Ассасинах.
Search pagan temples
крайней
and
мере, я
Roman
так
ruins for
помню.
new activities and challenges to strengthen yourself and your settlement.
Какую-то херню пишет, блядь, в чатах у них.
The more you explore, the more of England's secrets you will reveal.
Пиздец.
But as you push deeper into England, the enemy will
Я любил
push
Far
back.
Cry, а вон посты
In a
захватывал.
series of climactic moments,
Тоже классная
Assassin's
тема.
Creed
Так, сейчас,
Valhalla
ребята, я
will feature
приду.
massive assaults
Звук
in
просто
which you
выключен,
lead
все.
Eivor's army into
Микрофон я
battle against
слушайте,
heavily
нормально.
guarded Saxon fortresses.
Today we will reclaim her. Today we fight for your land. And tomorrow we rebuild.
For Easter.
Assassin's Creed Valhalla will transport you to wondrous and haunted lands, inspired by Norse myths and England's pagan roots. It will challenge and surprise, with unforgettable characters, thrilling triumphs, and tragic losses, giving you the chance to live your own Viking saga.
Ninth century England is truly unlike anything the franchise has seen before. Assassin's Creed Valhalla will release this holiday season on Xbox Series X, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Stadia.
We're close to wrapping up today, but before we go, our CEO, Yves Guillemot, is here to share a few words.
I hope you will have enjoyed what you have seen today and that you will love playing these games. I'm proud of our teams for delivering an ambitious, broad, and creative lineup of games. And we haven't shown you everything yet. In fact, we have a lot more to come. So you will have another Ubisoft Forward to reveal even more about our upcoming games. But before ending this show, we have one more thing to share with you.
Это что, тоже ассасин или что-то другое? Что-то другое. Far Cry? Не Far Cry 6? Far Cry, наверное. Похоже на Far Cry. Мне кажется, что это Far Cry. Я не знаю, я пропустил. Да, это 6-й Far Cry. Да. Охренеть. Игра будет топовой. Если увидел, если нравится Far Cry 6, поставь. Я думаю, что это вас. Потому что Far Cry 6. Ну, хоть трейлер показали. Песня не испанская.
Fuerzas ultrapenetrantes, estamos cansados de los farsantes.
Тоже Far Cry, они же идут не как бы как ассасины в разные, ну, то есть в одно и то же время, а в разные времена.
Perfect, but useless. I have something for you, Diego. Give me your hands.
Papa.
Now, the grenade is simple.
Это просто
It has
граната.
4 basic parts: the shell, which contains the explosive, the fuse, the handle, and of course, the pin.
What are you doing?
Breathe. The pin simply holds the handle in place. It is only when you let go that this grenade goes boom. Follow me.
Да, что-то мне кажется, что этот злодей будет еще таким психопатом, блядь. Да, я дал, блядь, ребенку гранату подержать, блядь. Я президент, это значит, что ты тоже будешь президентом. А вот и солдаты, которых будем убивать.
Even if you have love in your heart, even if you want what's best for them, if you only want to save them from themselves. They will hate you, Diego. Everything you say, do, believe, will be wrong.
Короче.
They will answer you with screams.
Нет.
Call you evil. A monster. And give you this. So you tell me, are you evil?
Ты злодей. Я тебе уже говорил, что такое безумие.
It's like this grenade, except it has 2 basic parts. Our people. And you must clutch them nice and tight, or we all go.
Мне кажется, это не может быть вас, потому что у него была бы цитра. Еще должна быть Цитра. Сестра Цитра. Может, ее еще покажут в игре? Киндани, типа. Февраля 2021 года. Предзаказ. Топ.
And with that, we're wrapping up our first Ubisoft Forward. Today, we've seen the next generation of Assassin's Creed, the birth of a resistance in Watch Dogs Legion, the cyber chaos of Hyperscape, and the epic reveal of Far Cry's newest installment, along with so much more.
Remember, we'll be back later this year with another Ubisoft Forward filled with tons of game news and updates.
Thanks for joining us.
Типа все, что ли? Наверное, все.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Ubisoft Forward post show. My name is Yusuf Magid, and this is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We're going to take a deep dive into about 30 minutes of gameplay, and we're joined by a very special guest here.
Hey everyone, this is Philippe Bergeron, otherwise known as Fizz. I am the quest director on Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
So Fizz, we're setting up here for what looks like an epic encounter. Tell us exactly what's going on here.
Yeah, so here we're midway through the quest that we're showing for UB Forward. Here we're looking at the assault of Berg Castle. So these are big moments that usually sort of culminate at the end of the story. And so here Eivor, our Viking raider, is taking a group of raiders and Fyrds into Berg Castle to go and take down Rued and his clan.
So who exactly is Rued, and why does Eivor sort of want to pick a fight with him?
Basically, Rued comes into play about halfway through this story arc, where at the beginning of the arc, this is something that happens before. Rued basically caused a lot of turmoil within the territory, and Oswald, who's the sort of elderman to inherit this territory, needs your help to take him down. Oswald having just been defeated in a previous quest, and so here this is revenge, but also accomplishing your ultimate goal.
So Fizz, as you're talking, we're seeing some of the combat of Valhalla. Can you tell us a little bit about the changes to combat this time around?
We wanted to basically add a lot of new mechanics to it. So we added like some dual wielding for the player, like a stun system in there. And we really needed to do this to sort of portray that sort of the brutality that comes with being a Viking in this day and age. So it sort of fits in the time and the character.
Oswald. He lives. Oswald lives!
Eivor, is that you? Shut your ass, twig spine.
Here, Eivor has taken her entire army through the assault, and finally, it's revealed that our Elderman, our ally, Oswald, is still alive, and Rued has him captive.
So this is what it comes to, Wolfkist? Two Danes fighting over a filthy Saxon whoreson? If this swine is your prize, come and get him!
So now that we've seen that Oswald is alive, we have Rued within our sights. What's the next step here?
So the next move for Eivor is to finally face off against Rued. She has her allies, they can take care of the rest of the army. Now it's time to go one-on-one against Rued in one of our boss battles.
Это не вас. GTA 6.
And it's worth pointing out actually that here what we're showing
Да хрен знает, вы же не знаете, как он раньше выглядел.
Aggressively, but we tend to always
В третьем фарике он так выглядел. А в шестом, может быть, он так выглядел. О, 10 лайков. Спасибо, ребят. За 10 лайков спасибо.
So we're not only fighting Rued here, but also his pet wolf, right?
Here, one of my preferred strategies is to eliminate the wolf first, just focus fire on him. It takes at least one opponent out of the combat. Now Rued will have extra abilities that come into play if you do eliminate his wolf. But I think having one opponent less in the battlefield makes for a good strategy in the whole.
For all your efforts, only the cold dark of Niflheim awaits you.
Valhalla is my destiny. That fate will not be met today. Riders, they should be roomed, wolf-kissed. Made thralls, not treated as equals. We are better than this, than all of them.
Do not drag me down to the sewage you wallow in.
Не знаю, мне понравился Far Cry. Я в восторге от 6-го Far Cry. И от Ассасина. И от Ассасина. Точнее.
These arrogant swine. Eivor, no!
He should die before God. A lawful assembly.
Чихнуло, ребят, извините.
Alright, so we've defeated Rued, we freed Oswald. What comes next?
Oswald, in this case, prefers for Rued to be kept alive. And so you basically have to choose, are you going to go against his wishes or stay true to your nature?
So we have this choice to
Думаю, вот
make,
эти вот
but before
разговоры,
we
я
get into
думаю,
that,
не
I want to
лишние
rewind a little bit,
в
because we just did
Ассасине.
this big grand
Типа
assault,
выбор,
but
да,
Eivor couldn't have
нет.
done it alone. She clearly had to recruit some folks along the
Это
way, get
лично
some
моё
troops, get some
мнение.
allies. So let's actually rewind and see how we went about first
дизлайк.
gathering those troops.
Right, so when coming up to an assault, it's a game of numbers. Eivor can go into pretty much any location and be a stealthy Viking, eliminating some of the assets, which ultimately would be a strategy. You can do that, and you'll have some of the ingredients or of the assets there that will have been sabotaged, but you still need an army. So here what we're seeing is Eivor going around the countryside and raising what we call a fyrd, which is the men and the women of the territory who come up and fight in the name of a king. So here Eivor is going around and trying to convince people to fight in the name of Oswald to finally take down the oppressor that is Rued.
Far Cry 6 или Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Сразу после первого прохождения полетят обзоры. Ассасин скатился, Ассасин это, не то что надо. Я не понимаю этих людей.
So we're told by this Reeve that there are troops, there are allies that he could add to our cause. But first we sort of need to do him a favor, is that right?
Yeah, so obviously these people have been run down by Rued and the impact he's had on the territory, so I think a lot of these people have sort of lost hope. And so you need to show them that there is hope. And so here Eivor is basically helping them take back one of their prized locations by taking a couple men and raiding a nearby township, basically taking it back for the people and showing that there's a reason to continue fighting and then get them on your side. When Eivor does this, obviously you have access to a full suite of abilities. So again, the improvements that we've done to the fight system. You have some brutal axe throwing in there. You have archery or like range combat abilities in there as well. So really, again, like, depending on what your playstyle is, you can customize your loadout and go in there
об этой презентации вот такое. Мне понравился Far Cry 6, реально топовая игра будет, лучше чем 5. Ассасин впечатлил, сами знаете.
So that is
Ну,
what we call
по
the
другим
golden
играм
sight.
я не знаю, я с ней не
Our
особо так
interpretation
знаком.
of
Watch Dogs
the eagle vision from
классно
previous games.
выглядит,
We thought it was
реально.
good to sort of bring that back. It's basically Eivor's intuition. It's how
Не
she
знаю,
perceives the
смотрю,
world.
если
When player uses that, you
народ
can
уходит,
it'll
то, значит,
highlight basically interactive objects, like things that will
будут
bring her an advantage.
закругляться.
So we'll have arrows, like health
Но в
consumables
целом
that are in there.
презентация мне
So it really
понравилась.
is like a
Не
good
знаю, как
way
другим,
of
но
sort of
мне честно зашло.
understanding
Я
the
увидел
world
то,
and
что
showing
хотел.
you like things that you can go and touch.
Ладно, ребят, с вами был Садлерван, и сегодня мы заканчиваем
Yeah, I mean, speaking of
Стрим,
things we can touch, we just picked up
посвященный
this awesome new weapon.
Ubisoft Forward
Something we wanted to play
2020.
with on Assassin's
Спасибо
Creed
всем, кто
Valhalla,
посмотрел, кто
where
поставил
we
лайк,
have fewer weapons in
даже
the game,
кто так
but you
глянул
can
и
invest in them more, so
не
they
до конца
become your
досмотрел. Спасибо.
weapon. And so depending what
Спасибо
your
тем, кто
preferred
до конца
playstyle
досмотрел
is
этот
or your
стрим.
preferred weapon
Мне было
type,
очень
then
приятно.
you can go and choose.
Поэтому
I'm gonna
всем
fight with this
пока.
weapon and invest heavily into that.
Not only are we looting weapons, but we see something here called the Book of Knowledge. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
They unlock skills for the player. So here you can see the Valkyrie dive that has just been unlocked.